Welcome back. Well, alarming new details about that jihadi suspect in New Mexico, accused of training abused children to commit school shootings. Court documents now revealing that he is the son of a controversial Brooklyn imam with ties to the 1993 World Trade Center attack. Here to react, founder and president of the American Islamic Forum for Democracy and the author of A Battle for the Soul of Islam, Dr. Zuhdi Jasser. Doctor, thanks for being here this morning. So the details of what happened in that compound, incredibly disturbing as far as the treatment of kids and what they were training to potentially do. But now we have these ties now to this very controversial imam in Brooklyn tied to radical Islam. What do you make of it all?
Well, I have to tell you, in my book, as you mentioned, I wrote in 2013 about an imam that was, this is no small fish, that sort of a name we never heard of, as we hear often in these terror incidents and findings. This is a leading imam among the Islamic establishment in America. He was the vice president of Islamic Society of North America. He's been a fundraiser for hundreds of mosques, the Council on American Islamic Relations. He's been on their board. So now he certainly led authorities to find his son. His son was the ringleader. He has 2 daughters there, grandchildren, and he on Facebook and social media had been saying he lost his kids. And yesterday, Pete, when he was giving a supposedly spontaneous press conference, he basically, again, dug his heels in and said he had been looking for them. They were strung out. Well, you know what, Pete? They were strung out on his Islamism. He may not have been a militant, but he has been for decades the gateway drug for radicalization. He is the tip of the iceberg. So it's almost like an alcoholic who says, I don't know how my kids got on cocaine and other drugs. Well, he may not have been violent, but at the end of the day, he was the mentor for many radicals and has been, and I've been screaming it for years. Even on your show 6, 7 years ago, I talked about him when he was going to speak at the DNC, and yet now he's putting his hands up saying he doesn't know how his kids got radicalized.
Yeah, I mean, doctor, this could have gone really the wrong direction. I mean, at some level, this imam is saying, I don't know where my son and daughters are. That may or may not be true, but he does still hold responsibility for the fact that if they are radicals who did seek to do violence, they learned that somewhere.
Absolutely. He was a character witness in '93 for the blind sheikh who committed the World Trade Center bombing in '93. He gave the first prayer to the U.S. Congress, and who sponsored him? Abdurrahman al-Amoudi, who now is doing 23 years for taking hundreds of thousands of dollars from Gaddafi to try to kill the king of Saudi Arabia. And I can give you an example where in 1995, I saw him personally hold up the Quran and say, it is our role as American Muslims to change the Constitution with this book from God, because we need to have an Islamic State here. This is a man who is a separationist, and he may not be Al-Qaeda, he may not be ISIS, but he is the tip of the iceberg of a conveyor belt of radicalization. And Pete, this is a defining moment for Muslims. We need new leadership, we need reform, we need to own up to the gateway drug that are leading imams like this guy. And still today, the Islamic organizations are saying, don't offend his family, it's a hard time for him, be compassionate. Well, you know what? How about we be compassionate for our kids who are being radicalized by imams like this guy?
Wow, Dr. Zuhdi Jasser, great stuff, great insight. And it's a scary reminder that even in the borough of Brooklyn, guys like this are still there, still in mosques preaching this kind of hate. It's not good. Doctor, thank you very much for your time. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Pete. Anytime.